Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of Doing the Most People. And it is the summer. Well, the summer transfer window is open. Well, it is close to being open. So now the Doing the Most show is now a not a Premier League show, but more a transfer show where we discuss all the biggest talking points, all the biggest news, all the biggest rumors in regards to the Premier, in regards to clubs within the Premier League. People, a massive news broke tonight, people, about probably about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. Sheikh Jassim's takeover of Manchester United done according to Qatari reports. So I know you lot in the comment section are gonna have plenty to say on that. And on top of that, Mbappe looks like he could be leaving PSG. Reports have came out and said that if PSG if he doesn't re-sign, PSG will look to sell him this summer because they don't want to lose him for free next summer because his contract runs out. I believe I think it is 2024, but it is doing the most as well. People joined by my fellow co-host, one of my fellow co-hosts, Ahmed, is in the building. What are you telling me, Ahmed? You good?
Big up. It's pretty. I'm doing well, man. Enjoying myself. Just released a new video as well on my YouTube channel. But talking about
I'll add
Lukaku,
it to the title now. Go on,
yeah.
carry on, carry on.
Talking about Lukaku and the goalkeeper situation and why no news coming out of Chelsea is good news because it means they're actually like a serious club and not really leaking stuff like a circus. You know what I mean? Like what's going on right now?
All right, see, well, we're going to talk all that. We'll talk all things Manchester United, all
Mm,
things Chelsea, all things Mbappe, PSG, potential
of course.
destinations for Kylian Mbappe. Answer any questions you lot have in the comment section. But before we get into all of that, let's bump up these likes. People currently at 14 likes, over 30 of you lot in the building. So let's bump up the likes. Please make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. Go to at Sarcasm City TV, share it across all the social media apps you are active on. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. And if you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell when you do. Like I said, get your questions in, people. Any questions you do have. And big up to Sheikh, who earlier became a member of the channel. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. Jack says, flawless, bro. I'm gassed if it's true. Same, but we will see what happens. We will actually see. Warrior J saying, this is breaking. Florentino Perez plans to sign Mbappe this summer. He's been speaking to him for weeks, and that's from at Santi_J_FM on Twitter. Warrior J goes on to say PSG are surprised with Kylian Mbappe's decision as there was no legal need for Mbappe to send any letter. As from August the 1st, it's automatically non-renewal. So it seems he wants out. Again, this is according to reports.
Let's
PSG's
get to
position.
United news first after you do all of this one. Let's
Yeah,
start
yeah,
with
yeah. We're
United.
gonna get to this. I just want to get to the comments
Yeah.
real quick, and then we'll get to the United news. PSG's
Mm.
position is clear: sign new deal or club open to let him go this summer, and that's from Fabrizio Romano. Big up to Zane, big up Wandon, Warrior J, Sandeep, Dennis as well, Malcolm, Nathan, Anwar, Jacob, Joel. Time to shine as well. You said
And
Ahmed.
Diamond is
Wagwan for Jimmy lad. You know what I'm saying? Black Diamond there, my young G Nero's nose ball. Stephanie G's in the cut. Double AA is in there. Matthew as well, as always. Good to see Matthew in the chat. And yeah,
just
you lot,
quickly.
make sure
One
you
quick.
follow the bridge, follow Ahmed's channel right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, fam. Floor's
Just
yours.
quickly as well. The person that's called NACAS. That means idiot in Somalian. Whoever that, I know who that guy is in particular. You're a dickhead. Just want you to know that still. So he knows who he is. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, but on to let's start with the United news, yeah,
You want to start with the United stuff? I know this, so go on. The floor's yours, fam.
because
I'm
I
sure get it off
think
your chest.
no, it's not even to get off track. Obviously, there's been some big news that have come out of the Qatari newspapers. So apparently, Sheikh Jim's dad owns like half the paper, and they're reporting apparently today that there's been some sort of a breakthrough and that the Qatari essentially guys are gonna get the club. And for me, yeah, Alam, Alam on our group chat, he literally revealed like a moments later that the stock prices literally went up for the Glazer family. So the thing for me is, yeah, obviously this is coming from a biased source. Firstly, from the at least from the English sources, from what we've been hearing so far, is that no one's ahead of each other. We don't know what's gonna happen. By the end of next week, we're gonna find out who it is. No one's even because usually if the Qatari guys are saying something, there is usually someone else that's going to corroborate what they're saying. Right now, there's no one corroborating what they're saying as well, and that's the thing in it. That's the thing that, of course, yeah, if you're any fan would worry. It's only like one guy that said this right now, one paper. So, and there's also this thing of Flawless knows this. Any United fan also knows this. Is that when the share prices go up, yeah, there's usually a reason why they try why some sort of good news is coming up. It's usually to increase share prices, and the share prices have increased, obviously. And who's to say the Glazers are not the ones that leaked it to the paper? We're like, oh yeah, maybe we feel like Qatari right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll take your bid, and then boom, they reported it, and now the share prices have all risen up automatically. And who does that benefit at the end of the day? The Glazers. That's who it benefits as well. So we have to also take that into what's it called into consideration. And then finally, for me, in my opinion, I when we when we were getting brought out, as you know, Paulus, like the Bowley guys, yeah, they literally were known as the front runners, and then there was also these other bids guys that are trying to buy our club as well at the same time, and then that was it. Like it was very radio silent. No one was coming up with stuff. No one is saying other stuff, and no one was saying other stuff. And I'm trying to bring the realistic angle to the thing in it, because like, obviously everyone's going to be hyped right now. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. If obviously, I'm saying to you, it's come from the technician's paper.
Yeah.
So obviously,
I,
there's
I
a
love you
level of
saying that.
yeah.
I just want to say I love how you're saying you're coming from the realistic angle, which I actually agree with the vast majority of what you said. I get into what I don't. But when it comes to
Yeah.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you ain't trying to hear no realistic angle. But go on, carry
No,
on,
no,
fam.
no. I'm not even saying
Yeah,
against
yeah,
Blue
yeah.
Sea,
You smile. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's
no, no, no,
hilarious
no, no,
from
no.
you
Listen,
saying that.
of course, for me, for banter purposes, of course,
Yeah,
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 and
of
like,
course.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But go on, carry
but
on, man.
I'm actually talking. I'm trying to talk as logically
Yeah,
as
yeah,
possible.
carry on, carry on, carry on.
The other thing though with Ineos is that from what we're seeing from them, they're not speaking out in terms of the thing. After their final bid went in, it's really been radio silent from them. Jim's not come out. No one from his side has sort of like necessarily come out. It's been one or two papers that have said that obviously they're ahead compared to the Qatari bid, but they've not spoken. If you know what I mean, Paulus, right? So, and that similar thing happened with the Bowley bid. No one spoke for like a whole month. We knew that they were applying, they were bidding, and that was it. And then at the end, it was confirmed that they had bought the club, that they were the ones that were got the special rights exclusively to buy the club. So sometimes being radio silent can also be a thing of like, oh damn, you know what I mean? These are the guys that are going to buy the club. And Tarza saying it's gymnastics, bro. Just because it's on Qatari news, yeah, does not mean anything. Yes, it can have some sort of semblance into the fact. Oh yes, the Qatari guys own this club, own this newspaper, so maybe it's coming out. But at the same time, we can also say there might be some PR to try to get the Glazers to their own
It
direction.
could be. I think the reason why he's saying it. So I think I agree with the vast majority of the things you said there. I'll get into what I disagree with. One,
Of
the
course,
fact that he's saying the reason why he's saying mental gymnastics is anytime there's any good news about
hmm
Qatari, you ain't trying to hear it.
of course,
Anytime
yeah,
you see Sheikh Jassim, you ain't trying to hear it. You ain't talking about it. There's always a negative to it.
yeah.
The other thing I disagree with in terms of is out like it's someone from Qatar who is bidding for Manchester United. So the news breaking there first makes sense. Same
No,
way
no,
if
I didn't disagree with that, Flores. Though I agree with that. If it comes from that, yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
But
So, and
there's
then
no,
another
there's
thing,
a
and
yeah.
another thing I disagree with, and another just this is the only other thing I disagree with in terms of that. Like, yeah, people shouldn't get ahead of themselves. I do agree with that. Only other thing I disagree with is yes, his dad half owns the paper. If it's not true, why would his dad write that? That makes
Okay.
no sense to me whatsoever from a business
Sometimes
standpoint.
okay,
Go on,
okay.
go on.
So with that point, yeah, that paper doesn't necessarily have to. Listen, we know what tabloid newspapers are all like. Sometimes they're there to push an agenda as well at the same time. We can make the argument that he might be trying to push an agenda there to try and force maybe United's hand into choosing them as well at the same
Okay,
time.
but that can go real. Like you know how bad that is for you
But
to
it's only
own
in
a
Qatar,
paper.
bro. It's only in Qatar though, because
Yeah,
look, the other English newspapers aren't talking about
yeah,
it.
of course, because we got to that already. It's somebody
Yeah.
from Qatar who is bidding for the club. Therefore, the Qatari media being the first to report it makes sense. Same way if there's news about Chelsea and it's a
Yeah,
Chelsea
fair enough.
reporter who's the first person to break that news, that makes sense. Same way if some news came out about Chelsea now wanting to sign Havertz and Mount to 6-year deals and it came from a Manchester United reporter, you would not be trying to hear it because you'd be like, how's a Manchester United reporter? Whereas if it's a Chelsea reporter, it has much more validation. So the fact that it's broken Qatar and not over here is not my concern with it. Also adding in the fact, yes, you're right. If this was just a random Qatari newspaper, or even if it was a valid Qatari newspaper, I'd take it more so with a pinch of salt. However,
Mm,
the fact that his dad is involved and is part
yeah.
owner of this, someone correct me if chat if I'm wrong, leads me to believe there is much more there's much more there's much more truth to it because it makes his that if that's not the case, you potentially fucked up your son's deal and a deal for you because I'm guessing he wants that for his son. To me, that will all I'm saying is that makes no sense whatsoever to say the deal has been done in a paper I own. If my yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. But everything else, I hear you. I'm not saying it's done by the way, people. Let me just get to that. I'm not saying it's done. I'm saying there's just more. I have more belief because of where it's broke. The fact it's broke in Qatar. Number one. Secondly as well, his dad owns the paper. That makes no sense if it's not done. And if somebody's gonna know, we've been saying this whole time talking about this. We don't know what's going on. You know, someone who will definitely 110% know who's going on, what's going on. His dad. That's a valid source. Because the same way Ahmed would be talking different right now if that Qatari newspaper said, "Yeah, my son's not interested. It's not happening." Sir Jim Ratcliffe would be Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the preferred bidder. Ahmed would be running around with that right now. So just because it's the other side, we can't do that. 110%. If his dad in that same article said, "My son is not the preferred bidder," you'd be running around with that as if it's gospel because that's someone who's close to the source. Yeah, Jez, what are you saying? Thoughts on this?
Big up everyone.
Big up everyone.
I hope everyone is good. Thoughts on the whole Qatari ownership, the whole news that came out just now.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I keep it simple and short. Let's see actually until an official announcement comes. Nah, I think this is just. I know it's big. It's very big news, and it's understandable how people get excited, you know. But let's just wait till if I was a United fan, I'd just wait until give me the file. Actually, give me the actual announcement. Yo, you're selling to Sheikh Jassim, and that's it, bro. I'll be honest, like we can argue about these news all we want to do, but to be honest, it's not really. I don't really think there's much to be say. To be honest, other than I said already before, I already agree with Flo. Obviously, unless I'm trolling in the group chat, I already said I'm kind of with Flores thinking in terms of like the guy who has the more money gonna win the bit. It's that simple. I feel like that's why I never really felt like Ratcliffe was gonna kind of take over. If he's taking over, it's hilarious, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So I think there's some truth to it, to be honest. So it's just really that simple. I don't really have any crazy thoughts about it.
I mean, again, it's just a wait and see approach. I think
And,
like the
and
if
that
you, yeah,
and that. Oh
if
yeah, go on,
yeah,
Ahmed. You go. Go on, go
I
on.
was gonna say it's a wait and see approach. Obviously, if you start seeing some level of corroboration tomorrow from like other like sources in the UK, for example, like Manchester sources and that stuff, that's when I would say maybe yes. Then it's looking like the Qatar bid has basically won, in my opinion. That's what I would say. For me, right now, it's only one source. That's the thing. Whenever
Yeah,
from like a just like a journalistic standpoint or like from a news point standpoint, you only have one. Only have one data point. Yes, it's a big data point. You just want other data points as well to match
of
together,
course you
and then
want
you
more.
have a story.
But
Yeah,
what I'm saying
exactly.
is, it's a big point because it's his pops that's
Fair enough.
involved.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been saying people who've watched me for the longest know I've said this. Very few people know what's going on. If there's someone who knows what's going on, it's Sheikh Jassim's dad. He's someone who's on the inside of this information. He's definitely, I don't know their relationship, how close they are, but he definitely, so for him to let his newspaper he part owns announce it makes no sense if it's not done. Which leads me to believe again, things can change last minute, all them type of things. But I'm much more confident on it now. I can say now I'm confident on it. When before someone asked me on Mandem United, am I confident? And I'd say no, I wasn't. Now this has led me to believe. But again, these are all reports. I'm hoping it's true. And like I stated, and I'll say this again, people, it's a man from Qatar. And so the Qatari media being the first person to announce it makes perfect sense. That's the country man is from. So if someone's gonna know, it's probably gonna be them. Same way, if someone's gonna know, it's one of the first people. It's probably gonna be his dad. His dad has probably spoken to him about this. Same way, if I'm selling Sarcasm City TV, you know who's gonna know really what's going on? Ahmed and Jess. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And if Ahmed or just turn around, and if Ahmed on his platform says, yeah, the Sarcasm City takeover is close, that's valid because he's close to the situation. He's going to talk to me. But if someone who don't know me says it, don't take that as gospel. Obviously, it's different, completely different mediums, but I'm just using that as a point. That's all it is. But yeah, I'm a giddy, I'm a gas,
I'm
yo.
reading.
I'm
I'm reading
happy to
some
go.
BBC. I'm reading the BBC News economic
What
reporter.
BBC News said.
No, the economic guy, Faisal Islam, he was saying that from what he was hearing, that the Qatari bid was, what's it called, the most likely to go through, and he was explaining it by financial terms why he feels like it's most likely to happen, and he was explaining also why there was like a huge spike and everything in the share price at least. So it clearly seems that something is taking place. So we'll find out. We'll find out, man, sooner rather than later.
No, absolutely. And Rhino says, I ain't giddy till full confirmation. We've been let down too many times. Like the video, by the way, people. Big up the panel also. Big up my guy Rhino. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. He's been on here before. You'll see him again. He's been on Saeed's channel. He's over there on a weekly basis as well. So
Mm.
go and support. And yeah, that's why I'm not giddy. But like I said, I like this. Of course, tomorrow or even in the next hour during the show, news can break that pours water on this fire. But so far, I like what I'm hearing. Like I said, to me, this is me from the outside looking in, looking at it very basic, like I did when I was comparing Sheikh Jassim to Jim Ratcliffe, both bidding for the club. If your son has not done the deal, why would you have that in the newspaper that you part own? To me, that just makes 0 cents. 0 cents. No, like that doesn't aid your son in any way, shape, or form. But again, that's
Mm.
just me. Well, yeah, Montana, no, excited, no, is too far. Like I said, more confident. Like this is good news.
See, you know
It's
what I
sharing
would say as well.
attention. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
So,
'Cause my thing as well is like obviously if it's true that Jacin's father owns the whole company of the newspaper. My thing is like if you do if you're doing this whole putting false information out there, you can sue yourself as well in these type of situations as
Facts.
well.
You're
Because
liable. You're liable.
you lie and you can put a lot of things onto you. That's why I'm like I think there's some legit truth to it. Like when for example, remember when Elon Musk was also saying, I'm going to buy Manchester United, and then the stocks went up? I knew it was a joke because it's Elon Musk. Like, yes, shit ton of money, bro, but like, that guy is not serious. Like, he has like this reputation of being a troll, but this one, I don't know, this was somebody who done a crazy stunt, putting false information out there, and the dad didn't even own the newspaper to begin with. I don't know. Like I said, for me,
yeah, he owns half the newspaper. Yeah,
like
that's
I
what he
said,
owns entirely.
for
Yeah.
me, I was always thinking from the beginning. Once the Qataris went in, Jim obviously trying his best to get the club, even if it means he has to give it to the Glazers to percentage to them, which is normal because he wants the club. But and they whoever has more money and who bids more money, and like it only makes sense. Like we rather want to have more money than just have a part ownership because I don't know really how the whole dynamics even works. Even if it benefits them more than just getting more money from your son. But like I said again, I think they would straight up just take their money and then they would just do their own type of thing. Because again, this can also not track for too long as well. Like I know it's more long term over short term, but still, you don't want to just be dealing to the point where like you're really risking somebody now to shit. You know what? Nah, fuck it. I don't even want to bid no more. Like you just don't want to risk it. So in my opinion, I think there's some truth to it. I think Jassim is going to be United's owners, and it is what it is. To be honest, like, I don't really got no issues in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, motherfucker, before we continue, big up to everyone that's tapped in. Over 80 of you lot in the building. Big up. Let's share this across the socials. Let's get over 100 people in here, people. Open up some new tabs. Share this across all your socials. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get as many people in here as possible. Continue to get your questions in regards to transfers or, in this sense, takeover. So whether it's Sheikh Jassim taking over Manchester United potentially, Mbappe leaving PSG or something else, get your questions in. Let's bump up the likes though as well, people. Over 90 of you lot in the building, and we're only at 49 likes. Get us up to 60 likes, people. Like check 1212 and hit that subscribe button as well, man. What we doing? Hit that subscribe button. I'm just refreshing to see how many subscribers we're on, but I know everybody here watching right now has not hit that subscribe. And if you're watching after the show, make sure you've hit the like button and subscribe as well. We're currently at 6,763. We're looking for 2 more subscribers, people. Get us to 6,765 people. Looking for 2 more subscribers. Well over 100 in here right now. Let's continue to bump up these likes, people. At Romain_Molina on Qatar buying Manchester United, they were always confident about it, and that's obviously from Twitter. Big up to Matthew. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Like I said, Time to Shine says, I can't wait for Flawless to be wearing the Qatari gear for a week. Like I said, I need to find it. I'm 110% gonna go and try and find
Hey,
it.
get it ready, man. Get it ready.
Um, this guy said, Joe, I can't wait to see this guy on a Q&A or see him on the Monday United podcast on Friday or whatever. Flawless, get the subtitles out. I don't speak brokenese. You know why I laughed,
Oh
Eddie?
my
It reminded me of
goodness.
Surf, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to put it in subtitles or something. Like, that's what it reminded me of. Big up Eddie, because Eddie, you've been confident on this for a minute, actually, to big you up, 100%. Elias says, well, it's time to relax and wait for an official announcement soon. Absolutely. That's why I'm not sat here saying it's done. All I'm saying is it's looking promising. It's looking better now than when I was sat here earlier doing the Man United podcast. Because the fact is somebody close to the source. He's credible. Like I said, same way, if that same article, or I don't know if it was on TV, and Sheikh Jassim's dad printed out or said that my son's not in a pole position to take over the club and Sir Jim Ratcliffe was ahead, Ahmed wouldn't have shut up about that. Would have not been able to get a word in edgeways. So that's why I like what I'm hearing. I really, really do. And let's hope we need
Yeah.
to.
Literally, all that's left now, I think, for United. I think if from what we're seeing, from all it looks like, obviously United's gonna get the Qatari owners. All that's left now is just what's the called the Premier League check. And I feel like with that one, if you can pass that one, bro, you're Gucci, man. You're Gucci going, literally.
100%. Like this brings me even like I already like fell back in love with my club this past season. If this happens, like I'm fully back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, let's go on a second honeymoon type back. Like that's where I'm at. Like that's where I'm at. If this indeed happens, why are you laughing, man?
Go on.
Like that's where I'm at. Like I felt how I love him, was disgusted by this club. And this season I fell back in love with him. So if this happens, like, all right, okay. All right.
Like, you know what? It reminds me of the what's it called? The one club meme. Like, I fell in love again.
Yeah, facts,
Oh
man.
God, so cool.
Fell back in love again. Big up to, is that Adewale? I hope I didn't butcher your name, my guy. Says best thing about Qatar, not to take away from Arnold, Fletcher, and Myrtle being sacked, is that these damn mount links will stop and we can get some real ballers in. Big up for the super chat, first and foremost, much appreciated. Secondly, yeah, because one thing I like about any statements that's been made from Sheikh Jassim's side, he spoke about being the best in class and on the pitch and bringing the club back to where it needs to be and improving and upgrading facilities in the stadium, etc., which makes me believe they would do that within the hierarchy and board positions. So yeah, that's what it is. Like people think like it's not a money thing to me. It's not a question of go spend 800 million in the first window. Like no, I want it to be a proper plan. Like that's what it is. I want us to give Ten Hag the best possible platform to succeed. And if we fall short, it's not because we're not prepared. We fall short because somebody was better. Don't beat ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that, like in January when Ten Hag had to go get Sabitzer and Weghorst on loan, like no, we should be in that position to be able to go and get the best possible players. And let's say we went and got 2 quality players and still fell short, then it's like, all right, that's just on the manager and the players, cool. But we gave our best. We gave ourselves the best possible platform to succeed. But yeah, man, hopefully it does stop the mount links. Hopefully it does. Hopefully. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping it breaks. Alpha says, breaking, huge confidence has grown in the Qatari camp that they will be named new owners of Manchester United. That's from at Talks, but okay, we will see. We'll see. Pardon me as well. Let's hope so. Big up to, is that third? Yeah. Man, his man's name high as fuck. That's funny. Big up Flawless hedge fund spoke today. They moved on the Glazers, having less to do at this point, literally over the nearest of terms. Worst case scenario. I don't even know what you mean by this. Do either of you, man? I don't even understand this question. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he's talking about hedge funds, but hedge funds, I don't think this has anything to do with hedge funds currently. Yeah,
Over my head, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like when people start telling me about stocks and shares, like you lot watch me on a daily basis struggle with maths. What makes you think I know and understand what's going on with shares? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, come on. There was a breakthrough with Sheikh Jassim after his latest bid, and that's from Mike Keegan _DM.
That's not. I double checked that on his site. That's not true.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not true.
you would. You know what I'm saying? And
No, I made sure. Listen, I made sure to double check for you
Of
because if
course, I
it's
know
legit,
you
bro,
double check.
I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to let you know, bro. If
Yeah,
it's
yeah, you
legit.
would double check that, innit? But if it was Jim Ratcliffe, you ain't double checking shit. You know what I'm saying? We see
What do
you
you
know.
mean? One
I said
second,
if
one
it's some
second.
good
You
Jim
know,
Ratcliffe
I've been
news,
seeing a lot of
yeah,
people
I'm
on Twitter
saying
saying I've been.
you ain't doing no
The
research.
ones, no, one second. I've been seeing a lot of people in the comments saying I've been chatting shit, yeah, but Jim Ratcliffe didn't do his PR shit. After Jim Ratcliffe did his little nonsense thing at United, has he been speaking afterwards?
I have no idea.
No.
You've been paying more attention
No,
to
no,
it than
no.
me. So
From
yeah,
what
that's
I know, at least, when he took that stupid picture in front of the stadium when he was going to talk with them, I haven't heard anything about him since. It's only been these journalists that have been bringing up Ineos is currently ahead.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So the last thing I've seen him do was take a picture. Ahmed, I'm not worried. Like literally, we've seen what my football club can do. Why do people think I'm worried?
They no, not worried. They just know you a hater. Worried is
Yeah,
the
this
wrong
is
word.
this. I think
They
this
just know
yeah,
you a
this is
hater.
the word because like me,
You're a
I'm just
hater.
chilling in the like.
Like
I
I
don't
said,
really
because
need
when
to.
it comes to Qatar, which is not wrong, you'll do your due diligence and check the sources and read
Bro,
not just the
you've been doing
headlines and
everything.
read the
You've been
full
doing
article.
everything in your power.
Like I said, you know more information on it than I do, but let it be Jim Ratcliffe. You ain't double checking nothing. You know what I'm saying? You be dropping shit in
I
the group
double
all
checked
the
Jim
time.
Ratcliffe stuff as well. All I know from him, I've
Nah,
even explained.
I don't
First thing first, I've explained how his stuff is gonna work. How he's only trying to buy like literally.
No. I'm not talking about no. You be getting it mistaken. I'm not talking about the actual offer. I'm talking about news. Anything pro Jim Ratcliffe, you're on it.
you're the
Usually, but
first
the
one
thing
to put in
is,
the group chat to
usually
use.
the two
I
people,
swear though.
but so usually from what I've seen, the guys that are usually releasing Jim Ratcliffe stuff is either what from the Guardian, from Mike Keegan, or the Times. Is so what am I gonna start questioning the Times and the Times and what's it called, the Guardian?
You know what the issue?
Potentially, yeah.
The funny thing about this is
Depends.
it's not even for me. It's not even about that. Every time it's about bro Jim Ratcliffe, you seem to be always one of the first to always put the news in the group chat.
Oh,
Whenever
facts.
it's
But this
true,
Qatari,
whenever
hey,
it's,
no, it's just this
whenever it's,
Qatari news broke. I went in the group chat, nothing.
bro, it's too.
This news broke,
The thing is,
nothing,
yeah,
nothing.
because for me, if I put something in the group chat, it's probably because I see it on my timeline, but because I don't even follow like a lot of United fans, I'm always usually like the last to see it. So it's always you. It's always you or Victor or C1.
Yeah, we can see. I see the
It's the
haters,
same
man. You know
people.
what I'm
It's the
saying?
same
I get it.
people.
You know what? I'd hate what I hate too. Yeah, I wouldn't hate like you lot, but yeah, I would hate. But we move. Just try to get in the top half next season, mate. But Matthew says had to be a reason that transfers have been put on hold.
Hey, the levels are
Hopefully,
different.
this is it. That means proper transfers, no Mount or Pickford. Matthew, me and you both. Let's hope so. That is the case. And let hope. You see the hate that Ahmed's like bringing towards this potential takeover. That's the type of shit that I need.
Bro, I
That lets me
literally
know
have been saying, I've literally just said to you right now
yeah,
that
go
this
on.
source is legit. They're not saying to you that the source is legit.
No. Again, you're missing the point. I'm not saying the source ain't legit. The overall point that I'm
Yes.
making is, and both Murtaza and Eddie and all the chat know, as soon as it's pro Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you are all on it, propping it up. You know what I'm saying? There's no negative. There's zero negative to it. You know what I'm saying? You're
I would
only looking
disagree
at
on that one
pros,
still.
no cons. As soon as it's Qatari news, like this show, and then we did a show previously on it, and I think it was one of the Q&As, hella cons. But yeah, man, we see the hate, man. Let the hate out your heart, man. Let the hate out your heart. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? And I would
I'm not
hate if I was
hating.
you too. You know what I'm
There's nothing to
saying?
hate,
I
genuinely.
would hate if I was you too. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
And
man.
you know what us with Sheikh Jassim.
Listen, bro, it's really going to be no difference if you take this in my opinion.
Also, so you get Sheikh.
One second.
Wait,
The reason what I mean by that, let me clarify what I mean by that statement.
Yeah,
Okay?
go on.
Yeah, United have always had money, so for me, from that sort of viewpoint, that is not something I'm gonna.
Okay, so why are you so pro Jim Ratcliffe if it makes no difference if we get Sheikh Jassim?
Even if you get some during Radcliffe, United's a juggernaut in my opinion. So for me, it didn't matter either way if you got Radcliffe
No, answer
or
the
Qatar.
question. If it makes no difference,
Oh that's simple. The difference between
why are you
Radcliffe
so
and
pro
them,
Jim
I
Ratcliffe?
feel like one word, and you know what the word it begins with C.
What? Cash.
Competence. That's it, literally.
Oh, so wait. So your competence. So you're saying Sheikh Jassim on paper is a better owner than Jim Ratcliffe, yeah?
Yes, that's what I've not said anything of the difference. You know that?
No. So the point, no. So the point I'm making is that Sheikh Jassim being a better owner, in your words, on paper, increases Manchester United's chances of being successful. Correct?
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure.
You know me, bro. You know me, man. My logic is always.
This is the crazy two-face and that.
I love the hate, man. This is great. It's not going to change anything. So why do you care who owns it? Then if it's no difference,
I'm trying to say.
No. For me, no. Oh, go
It's
ahead.
not,
Go ahead,
be
go
honest,
ahead,
bro.
go ahead.
Most of the people don't really, especially the people that are kind of have closer um rivalries to United. That's why I don't really care about United getting Qataris because we're not even really. It's just we're just out here. Innit? Like, I'm just watching outside the club, seeing what's going on, seeing from the outside the window, the whole pro going on. Innit? But Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, they don't want to see United get Qatari on us because they know not only one long term is always going to take one spot in the top four away. I don't think they're gonna let United ever get out of Champions League like Man City. I don't see ever Man City actually leaving the top four unless they're having like a very horrendous season or their owners. I don't know, is some bullshit. Newcastle, I see the same in the future, and United already kind of here and there with the top four. And then you also have the thing of like they're gonna put not only it's not even about just United in terms of the players on the pitch, but it's also off the pitch. It's things at Manchester that they want to improve in those areas. It's the training pitch. It's the facilities. Everything they want to go and upgrade. It's the stadium. That's one thing. I think they're gonna be a lot more. It's gonna see they're already a juggernaut, but then this puts them to another situation where they can actually rival City, like actual. But if they get Joe Ratcliffe, let's be honest, it's gonna be yes, they still have money, but you
Yeah,
can't. I mean,
literally.
you heard the rumors
Yeah.
about Nice. You heard the rumors about Nice about how bad the club is run, and you can go and read. You can go and read.
No, yeah, but the thing is, Jazzy, I don't disagree with that. I literally told you the difference between what I would say Radcliffe and what's his name, Sheikh is going to be one word: competence. I know one of them is going to be competent enough to do what he says he's going to do, and that's actually going to be the Qatari owners. I have not disagreed with that.
So what does it make you then say you don't think United's going to be any more successful than they already are?
What do you mean? I didn't say they're going to be any more. I
What
said
okay? What did you exactly then say again?
so. What I said was I feel like with Radcliffe or with what's it called, Sir Sheikh Mitchell, it's not going to be that much of a difference in the sense of monetarily. That's what I was talking about. Monetarily wise, United will always be a juggernaut in my eyes, even if they're probably going to make more money under like a Sheikh Mitchell. There's no.
No,
I
okay.
wanted to see it. Yeah,
You can say that in terms of they're not gonna change as like or you
yeah.
can't because again once you're juggling you can't really go any bigger. But what I'm saying is with Jassim, it's not United's a juggernaut now, but let's be honest, like United's also looked as a joke by a lot of people. If they're
Facts.
not getting Jassim,
Yeah, but
if they're getting no Jassim, they're gonna put them back on the map in terms of actually competing. Because let's be honest, these kids saw all these kids saw Man City win the championship. These kids want to support City over
Within the
United.
Champions League
But with
final.
Yassim, I believe he can put the infrastructure, but he can build an infrastructure for Man United where like not every kid, not only is United only historically bigger than United City, but also if Yassim can build something to put United constantly competing for. I can't remember the last time United was champ. We were more recently
10
in the
years ago,
Champions League
fam.
final. We were more recently in the Champions League final than Manchester
Yeah.
United. And United used to be always in those areas around,
In the last
fighting
stages.
for those
Yeah.
places. And I think you still can go put United in that sense, back in that type of sense. Yes, they're already juggernauts, but they're like sleeping giants. Definition.
Yeah. And
no,
this is
no.
joke.
That's what
And
they are.
jokes, you said it there. Glazers don't care about the football success. The Qataris will, huge difference. And yeah, people don't get it mistaken. Just because we get Sheikh Jassim doesn't guarantee success. Nothing in football guarantees success. But there's
Exactly.
certain
Yes.
things you need to be successful consistently. One is having owners who actually care. Two, of course, is having the infrastructure. Three is investing in the playing team. I'm not saying spending crazy amounts, but you have to have those three things. Those three things don't guarantee. But if you don't have those three things, you don't. That's why Chelsea are going through it now because they have they're a prime example of it. Todd B definitely 110% wants what's the best for Chelsea. I don't doubt that. The infrastructure they need to work on, but they've got 2 out of 3, and we've seen how they struggle. Let's say they go and get the infrastructure correct. That doesn't necessarily mean Chelsea will be successful, but it enables them to be in the conversation. That's the criteria to be in the conversation. That's why I'm so adamant about. That's why I'm so for Sheikh Jassim taking over. For me, it's not a money issue. I don't complain about how much Manchester United spend. How we spend it. It's not the amount.
Yes.
It's how we spend it. So like, that's what it is.
That's why for me.
Before
That's why
you
I
go,
was saying. Yeah.
wait. Flawless Sam close to having a breakdown on this channel over United, Arsenal, and City improving over Liverpool. Hey, out of context, Sarcasm City TV, you know what to do, my brother. You know where to
Put
be.
on the Twitter.
Leave us on mute. Head over there. We need all that content. Yo,
Yes.
my out of context, Sarcasm City TV is needed. You lot know what to do. Go on, Ahmed. Go on.
Literally, but for me, again, as I said, if Sheikh Jason comes to your football club, competent is the one word that I'll use. You'll bring in people. I have no doubt about that. There will be competence at the football club because obviously, United for the last decade haven't been competent. You've had different guys that have not been competent in football terms. Simple as that. We all know that. So I just think obviously I know about the Swiss situation because like I have family that live in Switzerland and they're not big fans of English. So I knew about them from Switzerland, from family who live in Switzerland. So that's why I need the one great.
And hey, our context Sarcasm City appeared out of nowhere. Love that. I just cooked him. Please make sure you got it, some of it on video. I need some edits, please. Make sure everybody go follow Out of Context. If you're a Sarcasm City TV supporter, make sure you go follow Out of Context Sarcasm City TV on Twitter. Out of Context Sarcasm City. Make sure you do so. Somebody drop the link for the Twitter account on there. I still don't know who runs it, but salute to you. You're a real one. Yes, Warrior J, I've starred all your best comments as well. Again, people, the chat's moving mad. If you want to make sure we get to your question, super chat, make sure you bump up the likes as well. We're at 77 likes, over 140 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. Let's get up to 100 likes. Subscribe as well. We were too short at 6,763. There's over 140 of you lot in the building. Please, let's hit these subscribers. We're at 6,678. 2 more subscribers, people. Get us to 6,770. 2 more people. Let's bump up them likes as well. I know this is going to be the main talking point, which is cool. Black Diamond says, man promised to develop Manchester flawless. You're going to be Gucci, fam. Let's hope so, man. I hope he improves the area around there. Big up to Sav47 says, if this goal goes through flawless, get the whole tire ready for that whole week straight. 100%. Man, I got to try and find it. I'm going to have a look for it, without doubt.
What's it called? Quickly off topic. What's it called? Just want to say, that Miami Heat actually account said that the coach said that Tyler Hero is going to be available today for the game 5.
Oh, he's going to play. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to play. So people also, obviously, the show's going to continue, but quickly make sure you go to the Twitch because after this, very soon we're going to have an NBA stream for a watch along for the NBA Finals game 5, Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Make sure you tune in and also
make sure
back there.
Link for the Twitch is underneath in the description, people. Matthew says, I really think there's too much being reported now with there not being some truth to it. And Matthew, you was someone last week who was like me, who was just like, all right, let's see, we don't know. So there seems to be a lot. Let's hope so. Like I said, it's something to talk about as well. But like I said, the fact that it's his pops and it's the Qatari media talking about it, I do like that. That is a massive step in the correct direction on this. Big up to Ravi. Like I said, big up all of the regulars, big up all the new people as well. Continue to get your questions in on that. But speaking of something that could be linked to Manchester United potentially being taken over by Sheikh Jassim, Kylian Mbappe. Reports have came out also today saying that he could be leaving PSG. If he doesn't renew his contract, then PSG do not want to lose him on a free and they will sell him. Obviously, there's only a handful of clubs that can afford him. We'll go to you first, Ahmed. Where do you, because actually your club's probably won. What thoughts? Talk to us.
I'm going to let you know right now, Chelsea is not going to get Kylian Mbappe. I don't even think, listen, any Premier League, no Premier League club's going to get him. No, I'm saying that for all of us. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to Real Madrid, in my opinion.
It's the Real Madrid team.
Yeah, and I think Havertz is staying at the football club. So, but anyway, yeah. On a real note, the way he violated, like PSG is not being spoken about enough, man. Man released the letter that he sent to PSG to the journalists first, and then sent it to them. So afterwards,
say that again. What did he do?
Basically, the letter that he sent to them saying that I'm not going to resign next year, the extension. He sent that to the journalists first, and they got it before the club got it. So that is crazy, fam. And then the ones that released it now. Listen, I can't lie to you, man. Mondays, 10 p.m. Central European time, man. 9 p.m. UK time. News is always cooking, bro. In terms of transfers for some reason. But yeah, man, that was crazy. Apparently, according to Santi JFM, he's been talking to Florentino Perez for weeks. So if you think about it like this, yeah, Kane might not be going now to what's it called, Real Madrid now. Havertz is now looking more than likely now to stay because you literally buying Mbappe now, so you don't need a Havertz now as a backup. I guess for me is how much is he gonna cost right now, and I think someone in a group chat said if Mount is roughly worth right now 65 million, how much is Mbappe worth? And Mbappe's got 1 year left on his deal. I think for me, 240 million euros is probably what he's going to cost. He's going to cost 20 million more than what Neymar costed for PSG. 240 million, in my opinion.
All right, Fez. Just talk to me. Thoughts. Kylian Mbappe. Do you think he leaves? Potential destinations? Where do you think he ends up? Etc.
First and foremost, the new face of the league, Uber Eats League O, is going to be Alexander Lacazette. I'm sorry, for me, that's not even a top 10 league after Mbappe leaves.
Yo, that's crazy. That drop up is actually
No,
going to
but
be
jokes,
nasty.
but jokes, jokes on that. Now I think he's actually going to leave. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna leave. I think he's realizing that he couldn't make even a week after Haaland won the Champions League and everybody putting him to the Ballon d'Or winner conversation. He's like, nah, you know what? I can't do this no more. And I said this already when he said it back then. I understood why he signed that new contract because it was a hell of money. It was hella money. But people are not going to talk about you if you play Uber Eats. The league is called Uber Eats. It's the reality. Haaland is bagging in the Premier League, the most commercialized, spectated league of all leagues. So, of course, Haaland is always going to be more talked about you than you are during the league seasons. Obviously, when a tournament comes in, then obviously you always go off France and you always show up. And obviously, Haaland plays for Norway, but then you go back for international, and then you play against Nantes, Toulouse, fucking Prince,
Angus.
Angus. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Crazy.
You learn these names.
Oh,
Again,
what?
FC, bro. Like you see Paris FC. Like this is the one I'm talking about. This is the levels. This is the levels that we're talking about. Like Mbappe probably. I think Mbappe has what? How many league titles now?
He's
5?
got 4 or 5, yeah.
4 or
One
5
second, man.
league titles
We know
now.
what we can do a little test quickly, Des, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you name 10 clubs right now for us from the Ligue 1? Just off the top of your head right now.
Probably not. PSG, Marseille, Lyon, Rennes. Shit, yeah, nah, I can't do that.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I don't pay attention to that league.
No,
I
See,
don't.
What's
see what
the,
I'm
and
saying.
let's compare it right now, yeah, to La Liga. Can you name 10 clubs from La Liga? You probably could. You
Real
can try
Madrid,
it.
Barcelona, Sociedad, Sevilla, Valencia, Atletico Madrid, Getafe, Celta Vigo. How many is that? 8. How many is
2 more
that?
left on it. 2 more
2
left. You
more.
need to.
Betis,
Yep. One
Real,
more.
Vala. I can't pronounce it. Vala.
Yeah,
Right,
Vallecano, yeah.
See, you
Yeah.
can actually.
I'm just trying to say, like, for me, I understand why he wants to leave. Messi's leaving. It looks like Neymar's gonna leave. Like, what is there to be left? What, play with fucking Zaha and fucking Asensio? Like,
Jeez.
come on, man. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think it's a good decision by him that he's. It's crazy. That it's just a shame that he couldn't have just left Madrid already earlier, because I feel like it was a year wasted, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
I
then again,
agree with that.
you get a year worth of money, so it's also like, yo, fuck it, I got a year of back, a year where I got like hella money. So now it's Madrid. I think they're gonna go in for him. I think Neymar is obviously the most expensive player in the world. I don't think PSG gonna ask for that money, but if they do, I think Madrid are actually willing to pay it up because you see it. You see how the Madrid media, and it's also some of them even reliable. They've been pushing this whole Mbappe thing. Even remember when people were saying Paris is not going to go back after you rejected them the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, since then, every time, every window, Paris is so much in love in Mbappe. This Mbappe love story, this Paris Mbappe love story. Like it was always. I feel like it's always going to happen. And I agree with Ahmed. I don't think he's coming to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like at first, I don't even think Jassim's takeover is going to even be finished by then.
Yasim, just quickly, just for like content, yeah. I was fed up on once Burnley got confirmed, took a whole extra month just for it to be finalized. So
Okay.
you guys are doing it with a relaxed time period. So it probably won't be until what 30th of July until probably roughly I would say if it's
That's the
confirmed
thing,
let's say
like, see,
tomorrow.
it's
Yeah.
just one of the examples. Like, so you have to unite the situation where, like, first it needs to be even officially announced, then the process needs to happen. But
Yeah.
then Liverpool,
Man, laugh at Liverpool. Man, laugh.
nah, it's just funny because remember when the Liverpool fans were using the Nike deal, saying, "Oh, the Nike deal and the Mbappe is gonna," never.
They're joking,
Anyways, yeah,
man. You need to leave it.
Liverpool. I mean, Man City got the money, but I think Man City are also not that desperate for an Mbappe. I think they would be willing to go for somebody who is of a high level, but they're not going to spend 200 million.
And also, just I think
I don't think they're going to do that.
I
So
think those charges are also on top of them. I don't think they want to
yeah,
put more.
I think
They
they're going
don't,
to
don't
trim
want
that a bit.
to.
So
Yeah.
so I don't see that him coming to the Premier League, even though I would love him to see in the Premier League. Just saying, I would even go to away games if possible. But nah, it's gonna be an interesting saga. You definitely know that Fabrizio is gonna be recycling these news. Like I saw him recycle the same news at least 10 times, and I think
Today.
the news only broke like in 2 hours ago. Like it's
Yep.
disgusting. But you know what, Fabrizio, you're getting the likes. Fair play, man.
Yeah, in regards to the Mbappe news, it did surprise me. I didn't know until Ahmed just told me then about him sending the letter of him not renewing to the newspapers and also PSG. That's crazy. But in regards to it, him leaving makes perfect sense. It's like there isn't really too much more he can do. Messi has now left as well. Yes, bringing a Champions League to PSG would be incredible, but it seems they're not even set up and structured. So it's kind of like, all right, leave the league. And if he does go to Real Madrid, that makes perfect sense. If he does come, do I believe he ends up at Real Madrid? Yes. I think that's the destination. They're the front runners. Yes. Everyone knows that's my favorite player currently right now in football is Kylian Mbappe. If Manchester United were able to sign him, would love that. To everyone talking about they don't want him, you're crazy. Anyone saying, what about Rashford? You're nuts. You just put Kylian Mbappe on the left. You play Rashford up top. We still need a striker anyway, so you still go and get two other strikers. Well, that's just me dreaming. Same way with the Sheikh Jassim thing. That's a dream for Manchester United actually to be owned by people who want what's best for the club from a footballing perspective. And same with us signing the Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe number 7 shit. I'd buy all 3. You know what I'm saying?
So he's
I'd
probably
buy all
gonna wear
3.
11. He's probably gonna wear 11 at the what's it called?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
11, 7,
No, because
whatever
what's
it
it called?
is.
Rodrigo's
Whatever.
11 on there. Rodrigo's 11 on it. Oh my god.
Somebody said he's gonna rip the. He's gonna rip
What
that
happened
shit
to
off.
you?
Yeah, whether it's 7,
Yo.
whether it's 11,
Somebody
whether
said
He's gonna have to wear that
60,
Nanda, isn't it?
whether it's
that
65,
because I saw
I
a
will be
tweet.
there.
I saw a tweet on my timeline. Somebody said he saw Zaha getting linked to Zaha getting linked to PSG and he had enough.
Nah, that's crazy.
God.
That's crazy, man. Did my guy
Nah,
Zaha
I was
dirty,
asked my
man.
guy,
That's
but I can't.
crazy.
This is hilarious. That was a hilarious tweet.
That's crazy. I was saying that is crazy. Let's see what else you lot are saying as well in the chat. But yeah, with Mbappe, I think he ends up at Real Madrid. I can dream though and hope he ends up
I
at
don't think
Manchester
so.
United. But even with the takeover, and let's say the takeover happens, I don't think he ends up at Manchester United. However, it does make it much more
Likely.
possible if we were to get taken over by Sheikh Jassim, because then that increases the chances. The funds is there. Like we know the funds is there. The wage we already know is there. And he only has a few places to go. So hopefully it would fall through with him and Real Madrid. I would say after Madrid, we're front runners. I'd say we're second to Madrid in that. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Let's see
That for
what
me,
else.
if the Mbappe thing is happening, I will say 100% now. Neymar is going somewhere. It just depends on who's
I
going to
think
get.
he was always going to go, but this is 100% thing now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. This is like 100% thing. And also, listen, man, PSG, man, it's looking like, bro, your time is ticking, man. The clock
You know what?
is beginning to tick.
In my opinion, they just need to rip the whole thing up. Like, get rid of Verratti.
I'm even hearing now. Campos apparently, what's his name? The Khalifi guy.
Yeah.
If Mbappe decides to leave, he's gonna get Campos out. I'm like, what? So he's even letting his chief scout guy, one of the best scouts in the world, leave if Mbappe leaves. It's crazy.
I don't know, man. Like, I think they just need that. The whole thing just needs a whole reset, in my opinion. I think that's what it is. And I think they needed this whole superstar thing just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, I'm with it. Like I said, everyone knows my thoughts on Kylian Mbappe. Get him to the fair of dreams, man. Get him to the fair of dreams. Madrid can't spend La Liga rule FFP. They'll find a way around it.
No, they're gonna see. They're gonna
They'll
find.
find
The
a
thing
way
is,
around it.
Madrid hasn't really spent like crazy money as of late, other than Chouameni and Jude Bellingham. So, no, they should be fine.
Yeah,
They'll-
they had in the summer probably more than 300 million pounds to spend, and they've already spent 100 million on what's it called Jude. But you know, bro, they got a little 40 million waiting. 240.
Oh yeah, they're
bro.
gonna find a way to just make it happen.
I'm calling it now for all this 240 million for Mbappe right now, euros.
You saying it's
It's gonna have to
240?
watch.
All right, cool. Whatever.
Because remember, because Neymar happened for 220, they're probably gonna they're gonna make it go for
However,
240.
though, they are not negotiating from a position of power because his contract runs out. Does his contract not run out
It's gonna
2024?
run out next year because he doesn't want to extend the extra
Yeah, you don't
option.
want to extend. So again, like I said, with every deal, if you are trying to buy a player who is going into the last year of his deal and he wants to leave or the club want to sell him, you're negotiating from a position of power. I don't think we see him go. I think it's big money, but I don't think it's 240.
I think it's gonna be between the 170 to 190 in my opinion.
It could be around that, which I
Because
think he's
so,
only
'cause
going
the
to.
guy is
Some
just
breaking,
I know it's
yeah,
1 year
Yeah,
left, but
even that is
the
crazy.
guy is
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
The guy is
There's
crazy.
some breaking news quickly. Apparently,
But-
Nasser Al Khalifi is flabbergasted by what Kylian Mbappe did. He doesn't understand it. That's what
Well,
he's apparently
what is
saying.
there
Who
not to
doesn't wait,
understand?
wait. Who doesn't understand it? What's this?
That's the
The
owner,
president
bro.
of PSG.
What did he say?
He's flabbergasted. He doesn't understand why Kylian Mbappe did it.
All right, first. Okay, I
I mean,
get
how
that. You
you
agree
know?
with that.
Oh, Messi just left the club. He's every week he's getting booed by the fans. Like, come on, bro. What do you mean you flabbergasted?
Well, these ultras are cooked. These ultras, man, come to the players' houses, bro. What are we doing
Hey,
here,
you know
man?
what? Fair plays to the own to the ultras, man. Like they wanted their club back. Now they got Essential, fucking Saha, and whoever's up front. Who
And
it's a
Ugarte in the middle, man. They got Ugarte in the middle, man. Shout out to him, bro.
bro. Ugarte thought he was gonna play with Messi. Name him. Does
He
he
can
know?
hold that, fam. He can
Does he
hold
know?
that. You know what I'm saying? He can play the
No.
Enzo, Madueke, you know what I mean? Now he's
Yeah,
playing with who?
and in regards to it, yeah, like people are talking about price tag. I'd be like, right, here's 80 million, take it or leave it, or we just buy him on a free in a year. That's what I would do.
He doesn't want to
100%.
stay though. He doesn't want to stay for you.
No. I'd say that no to PSG is what I'm saying. I'd be like, yo, here's 80 million, take it, or we're just signing for a free in the what's it called next summer. Cool.
Oh, well, come on, let's be real, bro.
What do you
Can't
mean?
be
Let's
fair.
all right. What do
Put
you mean?
it
Let's
down
do
8
it?
million. Put in 8. Listen, I
Okay,
think for
so
me,
wait. What would you prefer? 80 million or nothing?
but the thing is, for 1 year left on his deal, he's not worth 80 million though. That deal was
No.
not worth 80 million.
No. So again, when you're negotiating with PSG, when you go to buy Kylian Mbappe,
But you
it's
don't want to start at such a low point for us though.
no.
Yeah,
Why don't no? You start. They lucky I'm offering
Yeah, I'm
80
saying like,
million.
see, I can see. The thing is, we're talking about negotiation. Like, you can start low because again, he has a year left, and you are
He
putting the
doesn't.
messages out there that
Yes,
he's leaving, that you
my
don't want him to leave on a
yes,
free. So eventually, you have to falter. Eventually, whatever is like early in this window or late in the window, eventually you have to falter to
that's the
what you
point I'm
not really
making.
want to sell for. Like, if he had 2 years left, he would go over
Yes,
Neymar's price, in my opinion.
yeah, he'd be a lot. If it was 2-3 years left or something like that, different. They don't. He doesn't want to stay. You lose him for free in 12 months time.
And
So
my
here's
my
80
thing is this
million.
here. My opinion is this. I think Madrid is not gonna try to play games with them in terms of, yo, sell them for this much, or we're just gonna take them for free because I think Madrid are just that desperate to just get him in now. I
Yeah,
think this is what's
like
gonna happen.
if I'm United or I'm someone whoever, and I'm like, all right, here's 80 million, or we'll just talk to
Yeah,
him.
no, I get from your perspective.
Yeah.
I think it just what I think is what Madrid is gonna do. I think because Madrid just been on it for too long. Well, like I don't think they want this whole fuck it. Like we just gonna wait to the last day of the window or something. Because I think this is what PSG will try to do. We were just trying to hold out for the end because you saw even the report saying through all even last week before today, they don't want to buy Kane, they don't want to buy Havertz because they were willing to even take a stopgap by buying some 30-year-old striker from Espanyol
They're still buying him, by the way, though.
just to get Mbappe next summer. But now with this news, the whole kind of momentum changed. So I feel like I agree with you. I think they will go with something that PSG will find reasonable, but not what they actually want. Which is why I say 170 to 190. I think Madrid would be actually
Remember,
willing to pay the price.
remember,
But I
Jess,
would
they
understand.
bidded.
I would understand if Madrid would
Yeah.
be like, you know what, 120, take it or leave it, because you don't want to leave it on the free, and you don't think another club is going to come in for him.
Remember, 2 years ago in January, they bid 180 million for him apparently, and that was proven. So they could probably just offer the same thing again, plus two, like, so they could probably again offer
Yeah,
180 million.
I think that's silly to be honest to do that. Like it's be silly to offer
I agree. I think it's
190
silly.
interim.
I think
Like,
it's
go.
silly, but then again, I look at it's Real Madrid and Paris. Like, if they're really desperate for a guy, I don't think they want to play games like that. Because I remember, even with Bale, I think the situation was a little bit different because I think he had like 2 years left. I think on this contract wasn't too long. I think I need to go and check again just to make sure. But it took them forever, and I know they got very frustrated with us with Bale because we was holding out for so long, and then eventually they just paid the money. It's kind of like similar, I think, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually get like a very low price because again, it is the last year, and you want to get as much money as possible. But again, you gotta play PSG for this. Like, wasn't there like a stream like a couple months ago where we are talking about how PSG wasn't holding all promises that they promised Mbappe a striker and all these
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
Yep,
yeah, yeah,
yep.
and
yeah.
they didn't do it. From there, I think they could. From there, this is how I kind of felt like you're fucking it up for yourself because you're not helping this guy out. Even though I know he's the player, but let's be honest, Mbappe is bigger than the football club. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
I,
And to
I
Dennis,
don't.
to this, yeah, go on.
No, I'm just saying. I don't care like what anybody says. Mbappe is bigger than their club. It's the whole PSG.
First.
I'm just saying.
Dennis says Mbappe took Haaland winning the Champions League personally, wants to leave and come to win. I can't even say that word there. Haaland Madrid, I'm the most shameless man in the planet if we get Mbappe. Of course, man, like he's a difference maker. He's a needle mover. This is Kylian Mbappe. We've watched this. Everyone knows the impact he can have at your football club. And the thing is, he could potentially get better. We've not necessarily seen the best him yet. We could have, but it's no guarantee we've seen he could improve. And if you don't rate him, I don't know what to say, people. Like, he might not be your preference. That's all well and good, but Kylian Mbappe is one of the best players in Europe, like, without question. There isn't a team he doesn't improve, including Manchester City. There is not a team he does not improve. Style-wise, like, yeah, is he ideal for what Pep wants? No, but I guarantee if we're having the same conversation about Raheem Sterling, people would say the same thing. Look at the impact Raheem Sterling had in Pep teams. So if he can get that out of Raheem Sterling, what could he do with a Kylian Mbappe? Who's twice the player Raheem Sterling is and has all the attributes Raheem Sterling has, plus more. But people don't like having these conversations. People really, really don't like having these conversations. It's crazy. And big up to my Don Lee Gunner in the court as well. We were talking earlier on as well. And then I had to jump on here. He says, until the rest of us get serious, it's all Madrids and cities until the managers are bored. LOL, even then, the fans are so elite that they won't let the standards drop. I hear you, Lee. It is on the rest of us.
Flawless, one word again. One word, flawless. Competence. All of these clubs need to have competence. Chelsea, we're not competent, bro. We've not been competent for the last since 2017, in my opinion. Right. United probably could argue since Sir Alex not been competent enough. Tottenham, Des could probably give you a better one on that. I'm not sure when you could say Tottenham's one started per se.
Bro, we just want Beyonce and F1. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't care that United get them Qatari, bro. Because we want our concerts, bro. Like, can United get Beyonce to the Old Trafford? I don't know about that. Just
I definitely can't. We can't get Beyonce down here. I can tell you that. You can't get.
Hey, what can you offer? What can you offer Lewis Hamilton in that? Like, come on, man. You're not a serious football club, so that's why I'm just out here so I won't get fined, man. Like, it is what it is.
Imagine a go-kart race in Stafford Bridge in there. I can't. I'm saying right now,
like,
the level of riot stuff.
And this is funny because there's certain other stream we got everything in place, but actually trophies. It's right.
I went past that Tottenham Stadium like the other day, bro. That shit looks quality, bro. It's like I want that stadium for my own club, and it's like, bro, there's nothing to even put in there into the trophy cabinet.
Well, there is something to put in there. You can put FM1 in there, NFL, Beyonce, Shakira, like, bro, everybody but trophies.
Hey, Shakira, I might have to come for that one still.
Bro. Pull up.
Yeah, let me get to this. Ashwin says, flawlessly, you're pulling it all night, mate. I've seen you on 4 different streams in 10 hours. I'm working, man. That's what it is. I'm trying to be great, Ashwin. I'm working, man. I'm not resting on my laurels, especially in the summer window with all this news going on. So yeah, man, I think this is my 4th stream in about 10 hours. Something like that. You all know the numbers better than me, but yeah, big up to you, Ashwin. And don't forget, we've got the NBA stream after this as well, people. About 40 minutes from now. Hey, Lee, you're right, man. We all live in the past. It's all we got. It's all we got currently, man. That's all I've got as a United fan. Hoping this news comes through. The Jason who says Mbappe just runs, though. If you think Mbappe just runs, I don't know what to tell you. If you think Mbappe, I have no idea what to tell you. If you think Mbappe is just a runner, like, I don't know. That's gonna go.
No, this is what, if you're saying that Mbappe is pretty much just Timo Werner.
Yeah, what are you saying?
It's kind of Gallagher.
Listen, let's not disrespect him that much.
Disrespect who? Wait, disrespect who?
Like, Mbappe, yours.
Oh, see, I thought you meant
I'm
Conor
not
Gallagher. I
confused.
know
No,
he's
no,
all
I
right.
know,
I
I
know
know
what
you
you're
used to
saying.
be a Connor stan. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
relax,
losing.
Yeah,
you
we
got
ain't forgot,
it.
fam. Yeah. We ain't
Mm.
forgot. You know what I'm saying? Conor Gallagher, Kai Havertz, stan. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
What we doing here? What we doing? And big up to everyone who's just joined from Never a Foul. I'm not sure who
Yeah.
of the Never a Foul was on there, but salute to Cass, Daps, Mo, the entire Never a Foul
Hey
gang.
man, big
Everyone
up,
who's
man.
joined over, please make sure you bump up the likes. There's now over 190 of you lot in the building. Over 190. Make sure you bump up the likes. We're already at 107. Get us to 120 people. Girls up to 120 likes, people. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you go subscribe to Lee Gunner's channel as well, people. Make sure you do that. And when I run the specials, I'll make sure I get Lee Gunner back on, people. You already know. To James, who says, flawless, you buying Mbappe? Probably not. If I was a betting man, I'd say no, we're not. And someone asked, is it a coincidence that the Sheikh Jassim news and the killing Mbappe news landed at the same time? Yes, it's a coincidence. 110% it is. Like, I don't think the two have any correlation. I don't think Sheikh Jassim was like, right, we're going to buy Manchester United. And he helped Killian and his people and said, yeah, you lot sent that letter.
Newspapers, guys. It takes quite a bit of time to write newspaper articles, guys. It's not that little slap back down like a little essay thing you do in that secondary school, big man. It takes time.
Yeah, it does. Takes time. Big up to I'll just say Yang. Yang says Mbappe has seen Haaland do a treble. He has to leave. Big up for the super chat. Maybe that is. Maybe it is. Maybe that's the battery the battery in his back that he needed, where he was like, all right. But Kylian Mbappe seems like he's ambitious anyway. That's why
Yeah, it's not very
he had
ambitious.
PSG put all those things in his contracts and stuff
Bro,
like that.
he rejected Arsenal in 2017. Like, that's all I need to know.
Ah, fair. Did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Rejected
bro.
us.
Remember, like Wenger wanted him back in the day, but then he rejected him.
Fairs. I'm saying in that.
Funny enough, there's a tweet. There's a tweet that I saw underneath. There's like a screenshot. I think Ahmed, you know them. Shidi AFC.
Yeah.
The Nigerian with the Arsenal kid on Twitter.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Bro,
What happened?
there's a tweet from 2017. The tweet was saying Mbappe wasn't smoking for like a self karma. Wenger done it again.
Oh
Man, you're
my
joking.
Nah,
That's good,
I
man.
can't. This is crazy.
man! Imagine that, man. Arsenal were like instead of Mbappe, and now Mbappe is leaving how long is it to become the big guy in Ligue 1? This is crazy, man.
Nah, I can't. If Arsenal would have gotten Mbappe, it would have been crazy. Like, see what football can something like one decision can change everything. Smart.
Man, a jokers. Big up League Gunner every time. He says, Angie's a good manager. Trust me, I seen him smash Madrid. Should have been 5 up at halftime. No quality in the final third, though. Both ties and the same versus Shakhtar. He's not a shit manager. Spurs will compete for a trophy. Trust. What are you saying about this, Jess? Agree with this? Disagree with
Actually, funny enough, that's why I wasn't too angry when we got linked to him, because I watched those games this season. I watched up his philosophy. I looked up what he's about as a manager, and to be honest, that's why I wasn't angry about it, because I know there's something as a manager in him. Like, I believe as well that he can become a good manager, but then again, are we going to back him? Are we going to give him a goalkeeper, competent in the box and a midfield? Because I believe in the attackers already, but are we going to actually back him? And this is what I think the story always is with us. We're not going to back managers and then they fail, go somewhere else and win something. Like Nuno was able to get Kante and Benzema to his club and won a trophy before that. So it's like, it's always just the same story. But I believe there's something there. I think people are just hating because he's 57 years old. Don't understand what's an issue. He's coming from the Scottish league and he hasn't coached a top 5 league. Hasn't coached in the top 5 league yet. But which is funny enough, because when you actually go through his achievement and what he has done, it's actually a lot of impressive stuff, considering that he had that long time. He used to be even a player. He used to be a player in Japan, obviously coaching Japan. And the funny thing is, he doesn't speak Japanese after all these years, and as a foreigner coming to that country twice and achieving stuff there, I feel like says a lot for me about you as a manager. Then come to Scotland as well. He had to rebuild Celtics again. Where like no Celtics, it's like
Davy took me out. Go on,
so,
carry on, yo.
so I think there's like, I don't think he's a bad coach. Generally speaking, like I think he's gonna get like some reality realize maybe some ways he wants to play it not going to work here. But then again, I believe he can adjust. I think it's all about really backing him. That's what it is. Like I believe he can definitely like if West Ham can compete for a Conference League. I don't understand why we can't compete for a Conference League or even Europa League. Like I'm just saying, it's possible, but it's all about giving the manager the right backing. Until then, it's just gonna be the same shit show every time.
Nah, first. Mohammed says, Flawless, who reported the Sheikh Jassim announcement? I can't lie, it excites me. There was no announcement, so it was a Qatari newspaper, which his dad part owns, that put out information saying the deal's done. Then the shares went up through the roof as well. So nothing has been confirmed, nothing's been announced, but it seems like it's a step in the right direction. So from a United fan perspective, let's hope that is the case as well. Lee says, if Mbappe does come, where is he really playing? Just a question. From the left? Me, where's he playing? From the left.
You just make space for him. Oh, it's Kylian Mbappe. You make space.
Kylian
It's
Mbappe,
what it
you
is.
make room. What are
Make
we
space,
doing?
bro. Like fuck it. It could be Winnie.
Listen,
Like
man.
yo,
That's like the woman of your dream saying yes, she wants to move in with you, and you're like, right, where am I gonna put all her clothes? You don't figure that shit out. The fuck?
So just listen. That's because you got a 9. That's because you got a 9. Doesn't mean you don't want to. And you find out you can get a 10. You always gonna go for the 10. Doesn't matter that she's a 9. You got a 10, man. Simple as that.
This guy was gonna go to. I'm not. Yeah, you by yourself with that one. Hey, when
Listen.
once you buy.
hey, in the technicalities, I'll be wrong.
People.
In the technicalities, he's not wrong.
All the views and all the views expressed by panelists on Sarcasm City TV are not always the views of Flawless or Sarcasm City TV. You know, just letting that be.
By the way, I'm a faithful man, so I wouldn't do that. But in the technicalities, he's not technically wrong, and there's some scummy men out there who do that.
Listen, there's men that don't do that. Listen, I'm not one of them as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
whatever,
cheat. You know what I mean? Come on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He's got to go away in one step too far.
You see, look at Latimer's prime. Look at Latimer. See, because he's the type of freaking guy that would do that. Latimer's prime in the chat.
Hey, you duns is crazy. Ashwin says state news channels and Qatari news can't tweet without government approval.
Oh, man. Man, them know. Yeah. It's technically. Listen, I don't know. If
I don't know. I'm saying I legit don't know.
I think they're under democracy, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if this is necessarily true, but we'll see, man. And if he owns the company, bro, then half the company, which I'm pretty sure, then he can. If he's got the sources, then simple as that, really.
Eddie. Yeah, go for us.
Hey, that's what I say, Rhino. Yeah, man, it has to be done. I have that there. Like, it gets to the point on certain streams where if I have to leave for certain, I'll just leave that on the screen. I will legit just leave the message and the disclaimer on the screen for people who then join, because these man be wilding in it. Like, I knew as soon as Ahmed started smiling with that analogy, I knew exactly where he was going. I'm like, whoa.
Alright, bro, like, even join the Twitch. It goes wilder over there. But
listen, man. It's what I said was not a lie. It's just an easy one for the last time to
understand. All I'm saying is, man,
hold up one sec before you go, just go on, carry on.
I'm just saying, bro. Twitch is gonna be more freaky than Zion Williamson, bro. On Twitch, like, it is what it is. Like, all I'm saying is, the mid allegation went from Zion Williamson, and then all of a sudden, 24 hours. They couldn't wait 24 hours to expose him. It's crazy. But not Eddie. I'll be real. If he can make Richarlison score 10 league goals, he's the greatest manager of all time.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm saying. I agree, and I think Warrior J said earlier as well. Just if Spurs have a successful window, where do you think Spurs will end up in the table? I think we can go back into a European spot, whenever it's Conference League or Europa League. To be honest, because I feel like Brighton's gonna have a drop off. I believe as well, same as Aston Villa, and it's not because I don't think these guys not gonna go strengthen or trying to replace players, but just from the fact because those two clubs they're not really used to playing twice a week. Plus having those Carabao Cup games, and then some of them players in those clubs getting called up for international games. It's a lot of games for these players that they're maybe not getting used to. And I feel like with us, playing once a week, I think we can take advantage. But again, only if we have a successful window. Doesn't look like a great start because it looks like Madison's going to go to Newcastle. I said on the last show that I'm not really surprised in this course again. Newcastle does have Champions League, and I think they can present it in a better project to begin with. But again, if Madison doesn't happen, go to Plan B now. Plan B doesn't happen, go to Plan C. And if Plan C is not good enough, then try to find an alternative to make it work. It's just that simple.
First, and big up to Lee Gunner every single time. Says sub to flawless for fuck's sake, guys. Mad underrated. Hey, salute, man. Love for that. Much appreciated, Lee. And you lot, if you've not already, man, make sure you go subscribe to Lee Gunner, man. 110%. One of the originals of this content creator space. Easily. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the first out here in it. So you guys pay your respects and big up Lee Gunner. So yeah, large up to Lee Gunner. And like I said, make sure you lot go and subscribe to his channel as well. To Ramo, who says, where's Don Hassam? Well, according to our context, Sarcasm City, he was
somewhere.
crying on his channel. He was crying on his. Make sure you go subscribe to This Is Football as well. But he was crying on his channel over this news because he knows, because Hassam's a very smart and intelligent individual. That if Manchester United potentially if we do get Sheikh Jassim, we could just leave Liverpool. We could leave Liverpool, like 100. And when I say like in terms of we're not in the same, we're not even competing for the same things. Like, because currently as constructed, they're not a top four side. Like that top four thing is not secure for them. You have Manchester City who are there. Say Manchester United get taken over. Chelsea spend a lot of money. You also have Newcastle. You also have Arsenal. There's 5 clubs that you are competing with. Like, so, hey man, step your game up, people. But I'm hoping it should just. I hope so. Hope so. Let me get to this as well. If I don't say your surnames, people, or usernames, is because I cannot pronounce them and I don't want to butcher it. But he says,
English and
yeah,
maths.
even you. Go on, Ahmed. Go on then, land. Go on.
What did I say?
Nah, land the name.
The surname.
Keep a grin on your face. Go on, land. Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Talaways. I think that's
Okay, he
yeah.
says,
I
big
don't
up to
think that's
yourself and the panel. Lennox here from Trinidad and
No
Tobago.
disrespect
Big
to
up to you, Lennox. He says,
No
I haven't done a flop it. Yeah, I haven't done a flop it. Hopefully not.
yeah, that's why. You know, if I would have pre-read it, then I would have seen it's Lennox. So I just call him Lennox. But big up to you. He says, big up yourself and the panel. Lennox here from Trinidad and Tobago. New subscriber to the show and love the talking points. Big up. Like I said, large up all the new people. Make sure you check out the upcoming live stream schedule because it lets you know all the shows that are coming up on the channel. I've already updated it till Sunday, people. So we cover Manchester United, we cover Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City. The big 6 all get covered, plus more as well, people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, 100%. Well, Lee Gunners just said this. He had said this to me privately. I didn't announce it, but you lot now know. Says, flawless, next season we get you on the channel more often. Trust me, you're a real one. We move, my bro. Shows with Saeed are the one. Hey, large up Lee Gunner. So you're going to see me over on Lee Gunner's channel much more often in the coming season. Like I said, we had spoke about that privately, but he's now announced it publicly. But yeah, big up Lee Gunner every single time. So shows with Saeed are the one. Yeah, man, that will slap 110%. Ravi says, question to flawless. Why do some United fans want Mount? Various reasons. One, because they just back in the manager blindly because they like him. 2, because they like what's the word I'm looking for? The attributes he brings. So all the off the ball stuff, running around, passion, closing down, pressing, all that type of stuff. That's where it's coming. And 3, some fans just ain't the brightest. This is the similar I can put it. How you can look at that Manchester United team and go, yeah, it needs Mason Mount. Like a Mason Mount at Liverpool makes sense. Makes perfect sense. The Henderson role, he can do that to a T. But when you look at what Manchester United need, why would you go, yeah, Mason Mount? Mason Mount next to Casemiro and Bruno makes no sense in any way, shape, or form. Makes no sense. Like, what are we doing?
I think CFC Zubs is giving you that answer. I think.
What did he say? Yeah, great. You lot keep him then. You know what I'm saying? You lot keep him. If he's that good and he's got minerals, how come Chelsea don't want him then? You lot keep him.
Listen, I'm not saying I do or do not want him. I'm just saying that's what the commenters say.
No. Hey, Ahmed, don't try that shit. I'm not saying I don't do or don't. We stream together on a regular basis. I know you don't want Mount at your football club. Who you lying to? Huh?
I know I don't.
Yeah, okay, then. So let's keep it real. I'm not saying I do or don't want him. Sure, man. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Egypt. Lee says Lee K says if Mbappe can play up front or on the right, I'm doing with that because it's more likely Sancho is leaving and Martial. But if he can't, Mbappe won't be my first priority. He can play for you. Play from the left. I just want to break it to people. As much as I rate Rashford in the seasons he's had, this season he's had, Mbappe is a better left winger than Rashford. People, they're the same profile, but Mbappe is Super Saiyan Rashford. They do the same
And
thing.
I wouldn't even say Super Saiyan. That's Super Saiyan 3.
All right, Super Saiyan 3. But my point is he's an upgrade on Rashford, and I rate Rashford. But this is Kylian Mbappe. This is Kylian Mbappe we're talking about, people. Like, what are we doing here? I'm not. And by the way, I'm just pointing this out. This don't happen. He's not coming to Manchester United. I don't think he is. There's more chances of
Hey,
us getting Sheikh Jassim as the new owner
Listen,
than
man.
Kylian Mbappe.
hey,
I
they
don't.
say they say Justin
Just
Bieber never gonna
quickly,
happen. That happens
listen,
now.
man. Never a fouls of commenting they can keep, man. Listen, man, guys. Let's pay the money, guys.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
65 million, and it's yours.
That's definitely Cass. That's
Listen,
definitely
bro.
100%.
Listen, man. You're not getting Mbappe. I'm not getting Mbappe, but you can get Mason Minerals, man. You know what I mean? Mancunian Minerals, man. Listen, man. It just
Hey,
triple up. It's more than them, bro.
I'm a be prepared for more than more than have a stay at the club.
If I haven't
See,
stayed, bro,
By
by a weekend is over, bro.
I don't know who's negotiating these sales, but they think this is FM where you can just sell
They think,
anybody.
yes, I'm saying, man. They
Bro,
thinking add-ons,
I'm
bro.
sorry, bro. Like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You can't have your way like this. Like, see, no the clubs come up and wake up and say, "Oh, hey,
Bro.
they
Oh God, bro. Listen, man. Maybe Bayern might come in for him because if they're not getting nice 11, man, we can lie to them and say Havertz can play in the 6. Tuchel's crazy like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Tuchel's crazy like
in the
that.
chat saying, "Oh, play Mbappe as a striker since we don't have one." No, go and sign a striker.
that guy stinks as striker. I'm sorry.
You go inside, exactly. You go inside. Why are we taking one of the best players, you know what I'm saying, in his position in Europe and moving him out of position? No.
But then the question for me is, yeah, do you Vinny on the right, bro? It's not cooking. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but
Nah,
this
you're
is
talking about. You're talking about United. He ain't talking about Real Madrid.
yeah. Let's see, Real Madrid. I don't know. I have to just see what they're actually gonna do about it because
Yeah.
it,
I know Hosselu is coming to the club.
I think I said last time, whenever it's on this stream or another stream, I said how it's an inconvenient because I don't think Madrid expected Winnie to have a breakout season like he did last season, and then this season he continued to be even better. So it's kind of not inconvenient, but the Mbappe has been on the transfer list for so long. Well, like I think they're realizing, yo, the Premier League is taking over. What can we do? What can we do to get money in? Kylian Mbappe, literally right there.
Oh my God!
So I don't. It's the truth. It's the truth, man. But I don't know if it's the truth, man. But
they got something strong. They got something. Yeah, just quickly, just man. They got something strong. I never found it because, but they're saying Kane and Mbappe. They got a strong stuff.
Yeah. Never foul said never foul. Cass said here, flawless. How about this? We'll take Kane and Mbappe. I'm with that. If that's a win, if that's part of the window, I'm all for that. And yes, I've been critical of Kane, but if you're
do you think you're gonna spend what? That's gonna what? Let's say Kane's gonna cost you what? Let's say 120. Like realistically speaking, probably knowing what.
Let's say for argument's sake is 120. Yeah, let's say it's 120.
And then I think I maintain that you're probably gonna have to get Mbappe for around about 180, 200. Let's say 180 to be nice to you guys. 300 million pounds. That's some essentially.
Okay, here's my thing to that. This is with Sheikh Jassim. We're talking hypothetically. That's possible.
Oh,
yeah. Hold that. You didn't expect that one, did you?
Hey, you know what, man? Listen, I'm just saying, man. That's not possible, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Joke, man.
I'm just letting you know, lads. It's not happening.
Yeah, Ali says Kane over Mbappe, but European clubs don't rate Kane like that. Hence why no one's bid. Hey, you said it, Lee, in regards to when I talk about Kane, people don't like him. You know what I'm saying in that.
Listen,
people
man,
don't
Kane,
like
man.
it when
but can I make an argument though for this though?
Go on.
Real quick, because I hear it, but in the same time, in my opinion, when I look at it as well, for me, Mbappe is just a better investment, not only because of the player in terms of marketing wise, but also the player that Mbappe is right now, younger, faster, quicker, also faster, quicker is altogether. I think he influenced games more than Kane does, and he has the game style that can do it, unlike Kane. But I don't think it's more about the Kane. Kane is not not that good in my opinion. I think it's more to do with the fact that Mbappe is just a much bigger player. Not that people don't rate him. Like I think a lot of clubs also from Europe will take him. I think, but when you see an opportunity where Mbappe comes in, obviously you're gonna take Mbappe. It's the same with Haaland. If Haaland and Kane are in the same market, you're gonna take Haaland. Not only just because Haaland's skill set and what he has as a player of way to influence game, but also his age. Kane is pushing 30 now. Unless Kane had like for me, I think the difference would be if Kane had like an extremely good record in finals, then it's obviously different. But I don't think it's a thing that people don't rate Kane outside from Europe. I really don't think that.
So
I think a lot of clubs. I genuinely believe that Real Madrid want Kane, but no, with Mbappe being there, he's just the priority.
I
It's that
think
simple.
I think they rate him, but I reckon like it's on the highness of how he's rated. Everyone rates Harry Kane. Everyone knows he's a bad boy striker, without doubt. But like I
Yeah.
said, everyone knows he's literally not in the same boat now as Mbappe because he's not forced to move. But last year,
Yeah.
all closing in on the last year of your deal. So the club either sell you now or lose you for free. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting.
One
Before
thing
we
that
continue,
one
one second,
what
fam.
yeah,
Just hold
bro.
hold that thought. Still over 240 of you lot in here. Only at 145 likes. Get us up to 170 likes, people. Hit that like button if you haven't, because you're clearly enjoying the content. Like check 1 2 1 2. Like check 1 2 1 2. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're at 6,781. You know what? There's over 240 of you lot in the building. We're looking for 9 more subscribers, people. Get us to 6,790 before we close out the stream. I'm only asking for 9 people. 9. There's over 230 of you lot in the building. I'm asking
Wow,
9 of
man.
you to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and let's bump up the likes and get us to 170
Uh,
likes as
um,
well. Yeah. Go
yeah, I
on,
just
Ahmed.
want to say
Yeah. So
oh,
I
go on,
wanted,
you go.
yeah. So I want to say quickly. So with the Kane thing, I think what's hurting Kane, I think his age, and I also think it's the other young up and coming guys as well. Obviously, you got Haaland, who apparently he's got a release clause available next season, and then the next season he's got a release clause apparently in his contract, which activates. Obviously, Mbappe right now is doing the stuff that Kane is doing, and he's only 24 years old. So, it's a hard market for Kane. And just quickly, I know that never how I think it's Kaz was saying that
Yeah, it's Gus,
our
yeah, it's
risk,
Gus.
so somewhere around about 150 million. Real Madrid bid for him 2 seasons ago when he had 1 year left on his deal for 180 million, and they rejected that.
180. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did. They did. Well, it was like the second last day of the transfer market, though, to be honest. But
Okay.
like, yeah,
Um,
but for me, the 100, I think 180 million is probably what you could the asking price for Mbappe right now. That's what I would believe.
just quickly before you go to the next thing, and for us,
Yeah,
I
go on,
agree
bro.
with what Ligana pretty much just said. There, to be honest, like
Yeah,
it's just a lot more things. It's about Mbappe
Dynamic. Yep.
that is. It just benefits Madrid more having the Mbappe at their club, not just only from the on the pitch but also off the pitch. But I think a lot of people like I've been seeing a lot of things about Kane. Madrid don't want Kane because Kane is not. Oh no, Kane. Bro, Madrid wanted Kane before he signed the new deal with us.
yeah,
But Levy wasn't obviously like Madrid wanted literally half of our team. They wanted Ericsson, they wanted Kane, they wanted nearly everybody on that time. But Levy's obviously never selling, especially when everybody's in the prime. So I don't think it's not a thing of rate. I think it's just really a lot of things go against Kane, in my opinion. A lot of things.
You're
And if
fair.
he's a free agent, I'll be honest, I think Madrid gonna go and try and get him if he's gonna be a free agent next year.
Nonsense. Hey, you lot continue to get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. Just keep them transfer related, and we'll get to them. Of course, if you super chat, I'll make sure I get to it because the comment section is going mad. Warrior J says here, Inter Milan are interested in Koulibaly. There'll be a meeting in London. And also want information on Chalobah and Loftus Cheek, and that's from Adi. Is it Mazio? You know what I'm saying? Lazio, yeah, Lazio. Thoughts. This is your club, Ahmed. So thoughts on this: Koulibaly, Chalobah, Loftus Cheek. Chat to us about them 3 individuals.
So I'll start with Loftus Cheek. So I know in the news recently, in regards to Loftus Cheek, that what happened was with him, the AC Maldini obviously got sacked, sadly, and then what happened was the Ruben Loftus Cheek deal got cancelled. So as such, he's not going to AC Milan. So this is obviously a good option. And Lazio has also been reported to be interested in Ruben Loftus Cheek. But apparently Chelsea wanted like a 15 million euros apparently in euros, done on pounds. So that's roughly like 10 million pounds essentially for Ruben Loftus Cheek. The other thing I think, in my opinion, is Chalobah is probably going to stay at the football club. Like, I think if you were to give her like an offer of like 30 million for Chalobah, I think the club would be willing to let him go for that. But he wants to stay at the club apparently and fight for his place. So he's most likely going to be like a solid bench option, in my opinion. As for Koulibaly, the club are looking to let him go, and if you can do like a swap deal of Koulibaly plus cash for Onana, and that would be beneficial for both sides, you're looking at a good deal there. I'm surprised there's not another name on there, but you could say I'm not surprised. I cannot believe you just said that, big man. Relax.
Oh,
man.
sorry, Kai Havertz is your guy. I forgot.
Yo, don't do that either, man. Listen, Lukaku is not my guy. First.
No.
Yeah.
I said I got the strikers mixed up. Kai Havertz is your guy. I forgot.
Listen,
My bad. I
I
got
don't-
Chelsea.
All I'm gonna say,
I-
all I'm gonna
I
say,
don't- I don't-
Kai Havertz, minus 9. By the way,
Sorry,
he scored
man.
for Germany again today.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
man.
yo, I saw that game, man. They let Madrid score on these, man. That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
It was an
What you
own
say-
goal. It was an own goal. It never counts. It never
But what
counts.
you saying about these three players? Would you? So let's say you're in charge. Would you let all three of them go? Would you
So,
keep? Talk to us.
So yeah, I said this before in my YouTube video. Chalobah, if you got a good offer in, like 30 million, I would sell Chalobah. Loftus-Cheek, bro, I want him out, bro. I can't see that guy in midfield for Chelsea football again, bro. It actually hurts me to watch that guy in midfield. Like it gives me aneurysms. No cap. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, bro, get him out of here. 10 million is like listen. That's like cheap. That's like money, pure money. Koulibaly, of course, because like literally at this point, if you keep Chalobah, and then you literally is going to be what? Levi Colwill and Badi Shaw left side, Fafana and Chalobah on the right side, as centre backs. So there's no point.
Okay, and this is from Warrior J as well, who says Chelsea are negotiating for Brighton goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. In the Balam will try to understand how much Chelsea are interested in Andre Onana in the upcoming meeting, and that's from the same source, isn't it?
So
Mazia.
again, yeah,
Talk to
I think Sanchez for me. So as you know, Kepa and Musical Mendy on the market, essentially. So maybe Sanchez is basically going to be the number 2, and because Matt Law reported we're going for either Mannion or Onana as a number 1 goalkeeper target. So we want to get one of the 2. So for me, it's probably going to be either Mannion or Onana, and then it's going to be number 2 of Robert Sanchez. And I think if you look at that, the key thing is ball playing goalkeepers. You're looking at guys that can help us start from the back, which is key.
Right, first. And to Rashi 10, I think this I laughed when someone put this in the group chat as well. I find this quote funny.
Oh yeah, I was dying.
PSG will attempt to sell Kylian Mbappe to anywhere but not Real Madrid, according to is that Ella Aguero? You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know, to be honest.
You sound like that sounded like another maths problem there for us.
Yeah. Well, top place finish at Chelsea.
Hey,
but yeah, as I was
man.
saying anyway. Yeah, with this, I don't believe PSG will put out a statement and say we'll sell Mbappe to anywhere but Real Madrid. They're gonna try and solve.
You guys are not leaving, man. You guys are not leaving. You don't have that reputation. It's that simple, man. Like
You know him, man. You need to let go, bro.
It's just not him. Like I'll be
Yeah,
real.
man.
Like, it's Matt Corney as well. You should be thankful that they give you the money. You could have.
Nasser Al-Khelaifi trying to act like he's like a mob boss, a big man. He's not working.
Somebody trying to do a bet, and how many years is gonna how many years is the president of PSG gonna sell the club? Like I'll be honest, he's never ever gonna get that type of front line again in terms of name.
Listen, man, that Jordan, yeah, we know what's gonna happen with Jordan, bro. Whatever Mbappe is, that Jack Jordan brand. It's fun, bro.
Be gone. What the hell is
Real X Real Madrid X Jordan? Yo, watch me, man.
See, by the way, we need to talk about the transfer window when they signed Messi, Ronaldo, Donnarumma, Ramos, and Hakimi.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying.
Everyone thought that was a banging window, and look how it turned out.
I thought they were going to win the Champions League. After they won Champions League and that, bro.
I thought that was cash money, bro.
Everybody bar Donnarumma wants to leave the club now, and what has to left the club yet?
And JB says, where can you see Chelsea finishing next season, Ahmed?
I said to you, with the right amount of incomings in, we can finish top 4.
Top 4.
Yeah, like 4th place, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now just clarifying. That's all. Just for clarifying. Hey, you lot continue to bump up.
To be honest, we don't even need to. We don't even need to qualify for Europe. To be honest, because we were guaranteed in the season after because of the new Champions League situation. So,
hey, before we close out, continue to bump up the likes as well, man. Make sure we bump up the likes at 160, girls to 170 before we close out. Still at only 6,791 subscribers. There's over 230 of you lot in here. I know everybody watching right now has not hit the subscribe button. I know that for a fact. Hit the subscribe button. We're looking for 9 more subscribers before we close out. Girls up to 6,000. Oh shit! Now you lot did subscribe. My bad. Yeah, salute to you lot. We've been
all the people, man.
We're now at 6,791. My bad, you lot. You actually have been listening. So
big up, guys, man.
Girls up to 6,795 people. 4 more subscribers. That's all we're looking for. Girls up to 6,795 and girls to 170 likes as well. Right? We're closing in on 6,800. That's mad.
Come on, guys. We get to this.
Inter Milan will meet with Chelsea in the coming days, and they will talk about Romelu Lukaku, who Inter want to keep. Alfredo Padula. You know what I'm saying? You like that pronunciation?
Padula.
Yeah, thoughts on this, Ahmed? Yeah, clown.
Listen, man.
Hey,
A broken clock is correct twice a day. So congratulations, man.
Ahmed, you do know he's
But
gonna
anyways,
go back.
This guy and his shit
He's
jokes.
gonna come
Listen,
back. He's
man.
gonna come back.
if I see this guy in preseason at all, bro, I'm gonna listen. I need
Oh,
to
he's gonna
fight.
be.
You know what it is, man.
Hey, he's gonna be in the new Chelsea kid with the number 9. Just be ready.
Astaghfirullah, man. Please, God.
By the way, which is funny because a month ago I saw somebody was walking on in Leicester with a Lukaku shirt, Chelsea shirt. Hey, I genuinely wanted to ask how he felt about it.
That is crazy, man. I got a Lukaku shirt, man, in here. An old Charles Lukaku shirt, man, from the 2 seasons ago.
All right. So do you think he leaves? Do you think he stays? Talk to us.
He's going, man. He's going, man. Listen, if I'm the club, bro, just cancel the contract, bro, and just let him leave, bro.
Damn, you should have paid out like that. How much
I would, bro. I genuinely would, bro. Because listen, bro. Bro, he's not, bro. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like after that performance and what he's done, who's gonna pay for him?
You.
We're gonna pay him. That's the thing, bro. No one else is gonna pay for him. So what's gonna happen, bro? Literally, let's be real. No one's gonna pay. No one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no one but you.
That's why
like,
Inter keeps coming. That's why Inter. That's why Inter keeps coming back for this. Yeah, listen. This is why Inter keeps coming back for these stupid loans because they know we're gonna pay for him. We're literally paying like the whole contract, bro, with Inter. So it's cooked, man. Genuinely, bro. All this, man. Just guys, it's cooked, man. So listen.
Jazz is a dick, yo. That's
bro. He asked the question. He asked the question. And he literally said, "You're gonna pay him out, so you paying him."
Listen, man. That's cut.
I said you's gonna pay him. You.
Listen, man. We need to do what they do in Major League Baseball, where they cancel the contract and they give it out over like a number of years, like 17 years.
Hey, you love doing maths, so I'll let you get to this. Because Surfer says here, cancel the contract, 350K per week for 3 more years. Yeah, that's not happening. So how much would that be, Ahmed? Over 3 years.
700. So 1.4 million. 1.4 times by 10 is 14. 14 plus what? Yeah, 14 plus 700. 1.5. 1.54. No, 1.51. 1.51. Yeah, 15.1 million. That's how much it costs.
Jazz, is that right? You could have said anything. I would have been like, "Is that right?"
I have no fucking.
No. So it's 700 plus 700, 350K a week.
I'm not doubting you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you could have said anything. I would have been like, "Yo, is that right?" Hey, Surfer, I know you've done the math, Surfer.
Winter Surfer, funny enough, for Lo Celso, funny enough, Aston Villa want to buy him for Lo Celso, and then Dombele, we want to actually.
Sorry, 16 is 16.8. My bad.
Surfer said it's 54 M's.
No. He did it over 3 years.
Yeah,
no,
3 years.
Over 3 years. I did it over 1 year by accident. That's
right. We do it over 3 years. Yeah, you are not paying Lukaku 54 million.
But that's my point. I was saying if you are a smart club, I was saying we cancel the contract, yes, but then we pay it over a number of years, so it doesn't even affect us.
But you know what it is? If I'm Lukaku, I just want the whole money now. I'll be honest. If I'm Lukaku, I want the whole money now. Like, what do I want you guys to be saying? Yeah.
The shit.
Like, bro, loan them out or don't leave it in the reserve. What you can do is a fucking drink water. You do it again. Like, just play him for the under 23s. Like, I remember last season, Drinkwater was fighting with one of our academy players. Like, that's what they come to. Like. You're the funny.
This is cooked, man. It's actually cooked, bro.
Who's gonna pay him that?
The hilarious part this year. How much was Lukaku that you guys bought him for? Like 93 mil? 95.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I told all of you lot about Lukaku. I had him at my
the thing is, I agreed with you there back then. But I never thought this was gonna go like this.
My God.
Like, I thought, okay, he's gonna flop. He's gonna play to the end of his contract, bro. We talking about paying him 54 million. And the funny thing is, Chelsea hasn't even paid Inter Milan for all the money yet.
It's bad, man.
Oh my God, that was not simple.
It's an evil world we live in.
I'm convinced this is money laundering. Like what Inter did. They told
it's an evil world.
He Inter Milan told him go to Chelsea, sabotage, and come back. Like, like it's crazy. Like I can't like Ahmed. I feel real. This if for me talk about one of the worst transfers in Premier League history, for me it's top 3. I might argue it's number 1. I might argue,
Oh, God.
but in Cement Silva, yeah. Just quickly,
And
because he was saying Lo Celso and Ndombele came back. As like I said, Lo Celso, Aston Villa want him, take him, and Ndombele, Anger himself said he wants to look at Ndombele doing preseason. I can understand why, because again he has the ability. It's just that this motherfucker can't stay on the pitch for 30 minutes. So, you know what? I would keep him like a super sub. Fuck it, 20 minutes. We need to break down the low blow where it's 1-1. Let me see what you can do. So yeah, but Boa, Lukaku, you might have to pay like 54 mil. Like it's peak, man. It's peak. It is what it is.
And just to clarify, yeah, Joseph, we'll probably be late over there because this show's going on, but we will be bringing you the NBA final watch along. Make sure you follow in on the Twitch, people, because if you are Sarcasm City TV supporter and you like the content, you're only getting half the content because we do different content on the Twitch, people. So make sure you go download the Twitch app. It's the same as the YouTube app. So whether it's your laptop, whether it's your phone, whether it's your tablet, you download the Twitch app from the store, you sign up for free. You create an account for free, and then the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on Twitch, people. The exact same, right? We're gonna close out very, very shortly. Ashwin, you keep asking this. I don't know why. Who's worth more? They're both not good. Like it doesn't really matter. You really don't get that question whatsoever.
Hey, somebody said real quick. Somebody said about my thoughts about Sancho to Tottenham. Like you earlier said about how everybody's reporting about Radcliffe, but not United sources or actual or something similar like that. You said, and everybody's talking about the Sancho news, but not even one single Tottenham report has ever come out about it since the whole story came out. And the ones that came out said this is not even true that we're interested in Sancho at all. So I would take it with a pinch of salt. Like I said, if you were to take him, I'd take him with a loan with an option to buy personally. Yeah,
like I've taken it with a pinch of salt. Do I believe that you lot sign Sancho from us? No. Would I accept it? 50 million, 60 million? Hell yeah. I'm like, all right, that's a great deal for us. Do I believe it happens? No. Same way I don't see Spurs signing Harry Maguire. Great deal for Manchester United, but do I see these things happening? Absolutely not. I don't. Just what you say no about Sancho, if it was to happen, terrible idea. You against it? Are you like, what are you saying?
I think it depends on how the deal is structured. Again, if there's a loan with option to buy and the price is reasonable, let's say 50 million for this example now. Let's see how it does because people still always it's a system issue why it doesn't. And the way Angel plays football, I believe it would definitely work out in an Angel type of in a Postecoglou type of system. He fits the system, so we can't really say it's not a system thing. So if he still goes there and he struggles, then send his ass back to United. But if you buy him straight up, I think it's a terrible move because it's just too many risk and no guarantees. And again, that's why he's on like 350k. So Son's not even making
something like that.
Son just barely makes over 200, just barely.
We'll pay some of the money off. You know what I'm saying? In that little loan thing.
Look at Reiner, man. Reiner is cooking, bro. He's trying to get that.
Is Sancho willing to take 80k a week? I don't think so. I think he can get somebody else. He can go somebody else and get. He can probably go to Dortmund and get more money than that.
Listen, the reality is, man, he's on life changing money, man. He doesn't need to leave. You know what I mean? He can stay at United.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? Same way all your dead wingers can stay at your club. Chris Ryan says business councilman and chairman of what's that Armasite group? Zaid Al Hamad. Is that how you say that? Has now congratulated Sheikh Jassim on his alleged success.
It's called Zaid Al Hamdan. Yeah, get it right.
There we go. Yeah. Why do you just watch me struggle? You watch me go.
Yeah, man.
This guy's
I'm such a dickhead. I'm such a dickhead. Sorry.
Guys, well, yeah. The guy that Ahmed just said, who is he? What's that group? What's that guy? Chris?
Some random Canadian guy that's connected to the Qatari guys.
Group?
What do you mean? He's a business council.
What is the Armasite group? What is that group? Is the question.
Sorry. You know what I mean? Now I'm becoming Sheikh Google, man. I start to call my Sheikh Google, man.
Yeah. Numbnuts. Do your thing. You know
it's an Armasite group. It's comprised of numerous subdivisions that focus on ensuring innovative and customized solutions to our customers and partners worldwide. That's what I
Right,
know
so
about
that
them.
just don't break it down. Hey, Chris, if you've got any better explanation, but he's congratulated Sheikh Jassim on his alleged successful acquisition. All right, cool.
Hey man,
I don't know what this
Malcolm.
means.
All I'm saying, first and foremost, I don't get it. Why is every United fan saying Diam times McGuire when Romero was literally one of our centre backs as well?
Yo, because you're gonna play a back three, man.
You
Dyer,
know,
Maguire,
the
Romero.
man doesn't even play a back three.
Hey, he might change, man, when the likes of
he's
Harry
not.
Maguire
Bro,
become available.
He's 57. Like he's been playing the same system forever now. Like he's not changing. And secondly,
All jokes aside, what formation does he actually play?
4-3-3.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, he's not even. He's only playing with 1-6 and 2-8.
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but what's it called? Nah, and also the thing is, Sancho, Maguire, and Williams for Harry. If that ever happens, bro, I'm coming on to Manchester United. It is what it is. Like I'll be real. Like I'm not doing this, bro. Like the United man are taking the piss with this whole Maguire thing. But you know what? I play. You know who I play? I play Harry Kane because he was the
Go on.
Spanish at Tottenham. I
How
play
you
Harry
play
Kane.
Harry? Well, go on.
Latimer's prime. Latimer's prime.
Prime's actually spitting there. I forgot that he used to be a DM. He's
Yeah,
right.
but
That used to be a DM.
that's the point. That's the point because his manager put him at centre back because he realized he can't play 6 no more. His manager, yes,
What his legs are gone or something. Is that what it is?
yes, that's why he played centre back. He can't play DM no more, so he can't play DM. He used to be one, but he can't. So yeah, Brian, get it back, man. Like literally.
Oi, hold that, Brian.
What you mean?
Why are you saying, oh, hey? Why are you just making noise for no reason?
I don't know.
Right,
This guy don't even know, yo. This guy's saying any old shit.
Warrior J.
This guy just making noise for no reason, yo. Why? For what reason?
Well, he had his Timo moment right there.
Yeah, he did, man. He had his Timo moment. You
Our
are
boys.
that is facts.
No, let's
You
relax.
are after Timo, that is facts, yo. You know what I'm saying?
What's it called?
Hey,
Warrior
go ahead.
J. Do you see any negative of anger? Well, I do think it's a concern about not him coaching the top 5 league, but again, I don't really care about it because, ironically, Ten Hag never coached in the top 5 league because Holland doesn't count as one, and I don't think he thinks Scotland is too far off the Holland league in terms of coefficients. So, I don't think that's great. And so, yeah, I don't think that's an issue. He coached in the Champions League, so I don't have an issue with that. So yeah, I don't have really too many negatives. Like I said, all I'm saying is I can only throw up the negatives if you don't back him.
Laughing at this. I'm still laughing at this guy saying, "Hey!" for no reason.
Sorry, it's just because I was looking at something in my bad. I was looking at something.
Oh, what was you looking at? Going?
No, it's not even. No, it's not from generally. Like, or just literally looking at my YouTube video for today. It's only got 44 views.
Hey,
That's fine.
Hey, you lot
Generally.
subscribe. Drop the link back in the chat. Drop the link back in the
Literally,
chat.
guys, I'm already like 40 away from 100 subscribers. So if it would be helpful to get somewhere along the way there, please. Be much appreciated.
Yeah, you lot, man. Make sure you do that. Go subscribe. Let them know what you got coming up and what's going on, fam.
So basically, today I did a little video on Lukaku. Actually, funnily enough, I did something on like the current goalkeeper situation, and I also spoke about the Chelsea transfer news. Talked about why it's a good thing we've not been hearing any news from the club. Obviously, today's been a bit different, and in the sense that obviously they released news, but today. Hey, come on, guys. Let's not do that.
Let's just get down first. Go on.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. I've put the channel, I think. Have I done it? Let me just double check. Listen, man, you get a fun content there, man. And I also said yesterday, I did a little banter thing. On 2 days ago, on the 9th about keep so alone. I was cussing out a few players as well. So if you enjoy that little banter about the players, consider join. I cussed a lot. There's a certain guy beginning with CHO that I ripped apart. So if you want to see that, tune in.
All right, cool. Large up to everyone who has tapped in. Anything you want to add, Jez, that we've not spoken on? And you lot, all jokes aside, make sure you go subscribe to Ahmed's channel. Hey, go on. Jez, anything you want to add? Let me know if he's there. Yo, Jez.
Nah, man. Tottenham got
anything you want to add, Ahmed, before we go?
Listen, make sure to like, share, subscribe on the YouTube Make sure to give a follow on the Twitch to Flawless. If you've got a Prime subscription, you've got a free Prime to give away to the Twitch, so that helps Flawless out, helps his channel out and everything. And yeah, man, hope you enjoy the show. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, there's even more news. You know, obviously next week's gonna be actually the first week of the transfer window opening. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the first week. Yeah, first week obviously of the off season. You know what I'm saying. But you know, Premier League gonna be back in 3 weeks later. That preseason's gonna be back on in 3 weeks anyway. But listen, guys, make sure to do that, and make sure, guys, please like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. Just trying to get some stuff.
Glad that everyone that's tapped in. Ahmed mentioned it there. There is a playlist for this show as well, and in particular the summer transfer window one, as this is normally a Premier League show for those that I've seen doing the most. So make sure you go check that out. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule. I've already gone live on the Twitch, people, so we're heading over to the Twitch right now. So as soon as this the live stream's already started on the Twitch. So as soon as this ends, head over to the Twitch, people. Ashwin, hopefully, Qatari announcement coming in before Flawless goes to bed. Here we go. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, Ashwin. And look at his hate.
So much Qatari glazing going on here, man. It's crazy, man.
So much Qatari. What? Excuse me. Sorry. What do you say?
Glazing. You don't know what you don't understand. You don't know what that means in it.
I didn't hear the word. No. I didn't. I did not understand. I didn't hear what. I didn't call what you said. Qatari. What? Sorry.
Glazing, isn't it?
Oh, glazing. Okay. I didn't hear what you said. It's not that I didn't.
There's another one I can use, but I can only use that on Twitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm using alternative language.
And Malcolm says we need some merchandise facts. That's this guy's a joke, man. But hey, love to everyone that's locked in. See you lot on the Twitch. See you lot on the Twitch. We'll be back on the YouTube as well. 4:30 p.m. UK time for the Man United podcast. Myself and Ivorian talking all things Manchester United, talking all things Liverpool. No, talking all things Manchester United. So yeah, Man United podcast 4:30 p.m. Myself and Ivorian talking all things Manchester United. And then 8:30 p.m. we'll be live on the Twitch for the fan calling show. So the fan calling show is live on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. Anybody can call in, so feel free. And that's on the Twitch. It's 8:30 p.m. Then following that, I'll be back on the YouTube channel with my boy Saint to talk all things Manchester United, all things Liverpool, Man United analysis at Anfield. That's at midnight, people. So they are your shows for today, technically. But love to everyone who has locked in. This has been Doing the Most live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.